If you have shin splints, whether being a runner or another sport that has a lot of bounding, such as gymnastics or cheerleading, this video is going to go through 3 exercises that we use frequently in the clinic to help strengthen adequate areas as well as help stabilize that foot. If you would like to go more in depth, make sure to refer back to part 1 of this video where we get a little bit more nitty-gritty about the mechanisms that cause shin splints. But this one's going to be focused mostly on the exercises, so stay tuned for that. Hi, I'm Dr. Zach from TruMotion Therapy. I'm a sports chiropractor here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We specialize in the conservative management of musculoskeletal pain and injuries, meaning our treatments do not entail drugs or surgical interventions. First exercise we're going to work through is one that's going to help stabilize and strengthen the muscle that runs kind of right behind that shin bone, and it actually goes all the way down to the arch of the foot. And so we can do this through a calf raise with just a little bit of a modification. So what we're going to do, you can find a yoga block or a ball. I'll start with the yoga block. You're going to face the wall. You're going to put that object kind of between the heels. And so as I come up, I'm going to squeeze my heels into that block while I maintain equal pressure across big toe to little toe. And as I just come up into that calf raise right at the top, you see my heels kind of squeeze in. So just for reference, without the block, what you'll see is as I come up, those heels come in just a little bit at the top. And what that's doing is targeting that posterior tibialis muscle that's gonna, again, help prevent excessive pronation that might be a factor in your shin splints. For this next exercise, we're gonna focus on stability in the feet. And big things we want to think about as far as the feet is we want to have equal weight distribution. So we want to think of the foot almost as a tripod. So we're going to think ball of the big toe, ball of the pinky, and the heel. Those are your 3 points of contact you're always going to have on the ground. And then what we're going to do is take a little band and put it around the middle of both feet. We're going to get a little space in between us. So if I let that band take me, it's going to pull my arches down toward the floor, and you can kind of see my knees come with it. Sometimes this excessive pronation is what puts a little excess stress on the shins. So what we're going to do is try to do the opposite of that. So as that band pulls me in, I'm going to press my big toes into the ground, push my knees out, and it's going to lift the arch gently. And then I'm just going to roll through some reps of keeping that big toe, pinky, and heel on the ground, but I'm rotating out and creating this nice arch here. And then what we can also do while holding that position, you can even do a lateral walk while you maintain that arch. And that's gonna help build some muscular endurance in those areas, as well as make your foot a much more stable platform, particularly for things like running and very repetitive motions over and over again. This next exercise is going to focus on glute strength as well as single leg balance, both of which very important for runners as we're trying to control excessive pronation, as well as have enough muscular endurance in the right muscles so that we're not putting too much workload through any one space, such as shins. So what we're going to do, we're going to find an elevated platform, and you're going to balance on, you're going to kind of set up in this almost kind of mid stance of a run. And then you're gonna come up, knee up, balance and stable, and then come back down. You're keeping most of your weight on that elevated side. And then as we shoot back, our arms are moving, mimicking a running stride. And we're just trying to do this slow and controlled. So from another angle, we're trying to maintain this knee, staying nice and straight forward, not letting it cave in. So from here, coming up, reaching back, slow and controlled, and you'll probably feel those glutes working, and that's kind of where we want it to focus, but also make sure you're keeping kind of even weight distribution from the toes to the heel. I hope you found those exercises helpful, but it is important to remember that every case of shin splints or just injury in general is nuanced and specific to the person. So it is important to find a provider that knows your injury, knows your sport, And if that is your case, I would invite you to visit our website at TruMotionTherapy.com, where we have more information, more resources, as well as the ability to schedule an appointment with one of our providers. And we would love to get you out of pain and back to the things you love.